Help me spread the word and join me on my mission of motivating other moms by sharing the video. Thank you for watching.
I always believe in this, what I say that yogi to nahi ban pai, samaj ko upyogi zarur banungi. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Yogi nahi, sahi yogi nahi ban pai. Upyogi to banu. And this has taught me so much.
From the Garden State, New Jersey, from one mom to another, it's time for Mom's Talk. Here's Avani.
Welcome, Supermoms, to Mom's Talk. I am your show host, Avani, and our today's Supermom guest is joining us from Mumbai. She is the founder of Nurturing Minds Charitable Trust. Welcoming Bharati Trivedi. Welcome, Bharati.
Thank you, Avani. Thank you so much for inviting me on this platform, and I'm really delighted to have a beautiful conversation with you and talk about my journey at the same time, spread the message of the work I'm doing.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure to have you on the show, Bharati. Let's start off, Bharati. Let's start with Nurturing Minds. What is this trust all about? If you could please tell us a little bit about that.
So the trust started just 6 years back, but before that, I was into sexuality education since past 15 years. I've been a child and adult psychologist, a practicing graphologist since past 35 years, and I've been into career and was into doing sexuality education programs since the past 15 years. But while doing these programs, I was very happy in my own bubble, thinking I'm educating the girls and the boys, and in general about menstrual hygiene, period poverty. But I never realized that only when I came across an incident did I start Kavach, a movement. So that's the flagship project, which is called Kavach. So and that's how, but before I started Kavach, just 1 year before that, I had started Nurturing Minds Charitable Trust, because my center is also named Nurturing Minds. So I just thought, why not the trust name also Nurturing Minds? And that's how my trust started in 2016. I got permission from the Municipal Corporation of Mumbai to do the sexuality education program and distribute the Kavach kits to 1,100 schools in Mumbai, the underprivileged school. I've adopted 28 villages in the tribal 28 villages, 4 schools, 2 colleges, and 1 hospital in the tribal area. And till date, I have distributed 35,000 Kavach kits in Maharashtra. I decided I better put 4 underwears, 4 packets of sanitary napkins with 8 pads in each packet. If they don't have underwear, they don't have pads. And then I decided to put 1 khadi towel. I'll just brief you about the khadi towel. My mother-in-law was a Gandhian, and her father, she was a trustee and a librarian in Mani Bhavan, where Gandhiji lived in Mumbai. And she's the one who welcomed Martin Luther King I. She played host.
Wow.
Martin Luther King II met her when he came to India, and Obama's first visit, he wrote to her and met her in Mumbai. And I still hold some grudge against them. They did not let me go inside Mani Bhavan. I drove her. She was on a pacemaker. So, and she always wore khadi. I owe her a lot of what I am today. She actually told me, she was my friend, she was my guide, friend, philosopher. I loved my mother-in-law so much. I mean, I shared one of the most beautiful relationships with her. And I do take workshops on how to have a beautiful relationship with your mother-in-law. Because my mother-in-law had a beautiful relationship with me. She told me one thing very nice, that बाहर के लोगों के साथ हम अच्छा relation रखते हैं. We are so nice. We are at the best behavior. But why do we have problems with the family members? ये कौन सी फिलॉसफी है लाइफ की कि बाहर के लोगों के साथ अच्छा बना के रखना और घर के लोगोग के साथ बिगाड़ के रखना. इसे कल मेरा सर दुखेगा और इफ आई हैव अ प्रॉब्लम यू आर गोइंग टू हेल्प मी. तुम्हारा कल सर दुखेगा, तुम्हें कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो आई विल बी सब हेल्पिंग यू, नॉट द नेबर्स और एनीबडी एल्स.
Yeah, yeah,
We will live in absolute harmony with each other.
yeah.
And believe me, it stayed with me. So, that way we had a beautiful bond. So she would read, being a librarian, she would get books. And I've always been a voracious reader. We would share topics on child raising. And I learned psychology. I'm an MCom graduate. I became a psychologist after my marriage. She motivated me to study and go out and do something. So I think it's such a beautiful thing when, you share a beautiful, husband ko to sab pyar karte hain.
True.
What
Yeah.
about it? But to love your mother-in-law, I think it's only grace and that understanding. So now I know I'm in few years down the line, even I will be a mother-in-law. So I know exactly what I am going to be, what kind of mother-in-law I am going to be to my daughter.
You are going to be a lovely mother-in-law, Bharati. And what such a beautiful relationship. And thank you so much for sharing that with us.
I learned to drive a car. I used to ride a bicycle in Panchgiri. So she motivated me to learn driving because Kumar had phobia for driving. Whenever, as I told you, every year or during my birthday, I take a certificate program. So she knew that I loved learning. So she would always gift me something after I received that thing. So when I finished my driving, she get me some gold earrings, whatever,
No, absolutely, Bharati. A very special bond that you both shared for these many years. And, I like the way you said those little things and knowing about the other person too. जैसे आपके लिए उन्होंने कुछ किया, तो समझना, जानना किसी के लिए, किसी के बारे में is also one of the things to have a healthy relationship.
I also feel very proud to know that my grandfather came to Panchgiri as a cook with Gandhiji. He was a cook.
All right.
And today we still have restaurants in Panchgiri because my grandfather came to Panchgiri in the year 1922. And,
right.
And he used to only have the milk of the goat. So my grandfather would remove the milk of the goat and then give it to Gandhiji.
So he was a personal cook to Gandhiji.
Yes, he was a personal cook to Gandhiji.
Wow.
And my grandfather lived for 108 years. And
wow.
And his father for 112, his father for 114. And his sister recently passed away at the age of 102. It's amazing.
ये सारी चीजें जो हैं वो आम लोगों के लाइफ में नहीं होती हैं, जो एक्सपीरियंसेस आपको मिले हैं. टॉकिंग टू हिम, किस तरीके की बातें हुआ करती थी आपके बीच में?
You see, I'm telling you the most beautiful lessons I've learned from my Dadaji. So I used to get I used to get a lot of migraines like my Dadaji. So I used to always tell him, and he was a rich man. So I used to tell Dadaji, I said, Dadaji, de ke mujhe kuch nahi diya, aapne migraine hi diya. So he said, mat kar. When you're 75, your migraine will go. I said, Arey, 75, I was so young, very young,
Yeah.
And, one thing that is I used to just joke with him, but one thing he told me always that, Vita, and he did it himself, he practiced it. So when he was 40, he stopped having dinner. Till 108, he never had dinner.
Oh, eating just one time.
Yeah. So he would eat only one meal. And in the evening, he would have a big glass of milk. That's it. Now, he told me that, when you become 40 na, sham ka khana chhod dena, aaj tak koi bhi insan kam kha ke nahi mara hai, zyada kha ke hi marte.
That is a fact, actually. It is.
For many years, I had stopped at dinner, but then some health issues, and then I had to start again my dinner. But now, since I think nearly after I got COVID 2 years back, I again stopped my dinners. I don't have dinners. If
Oh, okay.
I prefer not to have dinner. So it is keeping me very healthy. And he used to wake up at 4. So even I wake up at 5. I have my meditation, I have my puja. And yes, I want to tell you a very interesting story. So I've always been very spiritual. And I met my spiritual guru when I was just 13 years old. And after the age of 16, I started traveling to the Himalayas every year. For a month, I used to stay alone in the Himalayas. And
Wow.
so there was a time when after going for a few years, I said, I don't want to get married. I want to become a sannyasi. But then just 2-3 years before that, when I had gone, I realized that, no, this is not the place for me. मुझे अगर संसार परमार्थ करना है तो संसार करना पड़ेगा. Paramarth is not my path without doing sansar. It's not safe for me. I didn't feel safe, you know.
Okay.
And not all sannyasis are sadhus. Not all sadhus are sant, you know.
Yeah.
So that, you know. And so I decided. So I always didn't want to get married. And then, of course, married now with 2 grown-up boys. And
आपकी mother-in-law से मुलाकात हुई आपकी. That was, you know, that is something that was meant to happen.
And my mother was equally amazing. She is equally amazing. She's just 74 now. And she's not educated, but what she taught me, the value she's given me is unbelievable. So I put it up in all my talks, in my interviews, that I always believe in this. What I say that योगी तो नहीं बन पाई, समाज को उपयोगी जरूर बनूंगी. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. योगी नहीं, सही योगी नहीं बन पाई, उपयोगी तो बनूं. And this has taught me so much, and it gave me Kavach. And today Kavach has given me, you know, I always desired 2 daughters. Honestly, I always wanted. I have got 2 boys. So Nimai is my elder son, and my younger one is Advait. So I used to say, "Arey yaar, 2 bete diye, ek beti de deti." You know, I've had miscarriages, and the 4th, I mean, Advait is a treatment baby, Ayurvedic treatment baby. I cannot tolerate allopathy. So when Advait was delivered, I was happy, of course, being a mother second time. But wo ladki nahi hui. And now when I look back, I said, you know, shayad if God had given me one ladki, I wouldn't have done Kavach. Today, I am got thousands of daughters, and I'm so proud of each one of them, you know. I work for thousands of them, and it gives me the joy of giving, the joy of nurturing. My father also, you know, he recently received the Gandhian recipient award for for his work, and he also runs. You know, he started his own senior citizen group in Panchkani, and he does so much work. Yeah, so I think I have a twin brother who runs a restaurant.
तो एक चीज मैं बड़े क्यूरियस हूँ जानने के लिए भारती, आपके दादाजी ने he was a personal cook to गांधी जी. गांधी जी की फेवरेट डिश क्या थी? क्या वो खाना पसंद करते थे? Do you know about that?
Yeah, he had a very simple food habits, very simple food habits. He liked to have his roti garam garam, or he always had very little, very less food. So that was his, and he loved his khichdi.
Right.
Khichdi, yeah.
Yeah, and I can get that, you know, जैसे आपने बताया एक time dinner, your दादाजी didn't have dinner. So I think that's वो राज है इतना healthy रहने का और इतने सालों तक healthy life जीने का.
Absolutely. And you know, the contrast, I went to a convent school, so I imbibed a lot of those qualities also, you know. So it was always like, do unto others what you want others to do unto you. So it always was that give the best. And I always believe that wherever you are, whatever you are, whenever you are, give 100% of yourself and be 100% happy. And I think we take life too seriously. We shouldn't. Life is a celebration. And the joy of giving is 1,000 times more than the joy of taking. Or when you share, I mean, I think there cannot be a greater joy than in sharing.
Bilkul, Bilkul. Bharti, you are a mother of two. You've had a lovely relationship with your own mother and your mother-in-law. I would love to know what would be your message for our mothers.
I think to all the mothers, I would just want to tell them one thing: be a mother. Because we take the role of being a mother too seriously. We try to multitask. At one given time, we are ayah to our children. We are a cook, we are a nurse, we are drivers, we are teachers, we are detective, we are police. Okay? Trying to do everything, but be a mother. We forget somewhere that, ye sab to hamari society, especially everywhere now, the society is providing for everything: teacher, ayah, cook, everything. But there is only one mother. The child comes from school and he looks at you and you are asking, "Aaj school mein kya kiya? Daba kidhar hai? Why have you kept your shoes like this? Why have you eaten? Why uski mother ka phone aaya? You beat him up. You will call up that mother. Did my son eat his tiffin? Or did he do his homework? Or you will call up the teacher. Did he do blah, 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 blah." And the child is innocently looking at you because all that he needs is one hug. Just hug him and be a mother. And don't try to multitask, because your child only wants a mother who will understand him and love him unconditionally. We put too many conditions on our little child, whatever the age is. Too much of expectations. No. And I will only tell all mothers, do not expect a fish to climb a tree. Let the child, accept the child with its own abilities. वो अपने पानी में उसको convenient, you put a boundary around that water, but don't take him out and try to make him climb the tree. Accept his strengths and weaknesses, because end of the day, he is your creation and he's a replica of what you are. So if you're complaining that your child is doing this, or he's like that, or you're labeling it, please look inside. Because for that child, you are his world and he's only learning from the parents. So I think the parents get their act right and be good parents. That's it. And being a career counselor also, I always tell the children, I've told my own children who are now in Canada, that put your dreams in front of me. Put them. I will help you to achieve your dreams, but I will not achieve my dreams through you guys. No way. Now, what happens is that let the child make mistakes and let him face the consequence of his action. It's okay to make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. So don't be judgmental. And you know what happens then? It's so beautiful, the relationship. And never be friend to your child. Be friendly. Uske paas aap hazaron friends rahenge, but only one set of parents and only one mother.
Absolutely true. Lovely, lovely message, Bharti. It was a very good conversation that we had. You're doing an amazing job, and like how you said, that awareness, creating that awareness is very important. And you're not just giving them the kit, which is really important for them to have personal hygiene, but along with that, you're also educating that. I think it's a wonderful way you're taking this up, and all the best to you for Kavach, the movement. It's a very neat idea, and it's a necessity, I would say, for the girls. Thank you for coming on the show.
You're most welcome. Most welcome. It was such a pleasure. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you gave this platform to talk about Kavach and myself. Thank you. I really am Deeply obliged.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for your participation in the Moms Talk Trivia giveaway. The winner is displayed on the screen. Enjoy your gift and follow us for future giveaways and updates.